I'm Dr. Noelle Nelson, and it's my pleasure to share a few thoughts with you today, some uplifting, inspiring, and practical tips to help you find greater happiness and success in your life. Today's topic: break the self-pity habit. You're 5 years old. Your mother sends you to your room because you pulled the cat's tail. "It's not fair," you cry out. "Johnny pulled the cat's tail too, and he didn't have to go to his room." Your mother pays no attention to your protestations, and off you go, teary-eyed and miserable. You curl up in a ball on your bed and feel horribly, sadly sorry for yourself. You're 15 years old. The principal gives you detention for smoking in the bathroom. "It's not fair," you cry out. "Jane was smoking too. You just didn't see it, and she didn't get detention." The principal pays no attention to your protestations, and off you go, teary-eyed and miserable. You huddle over your desk and feel horribly, sadly sorry for yourself. You're 35 years old. You've just found out that you've been passed over for that promotion you've been longing for, and that the young upstart who just joined the company got it instead. "It's not fair," you mutter to yourself as you slink back miserably to your workspace. "I work just as hard as he does, only nobody seems to notice it." You huddle over your computer and feel horribly, sadly sorry for yourself. Self-pity is a balm that soothes the troubled heart when we've been hurt and feel we can do nothing about it. Self-pity is the emotional equivalent of taking a drink. Alcohol numbs pain, takes the edge off things. So does self-pity. And when you're 5, self-pity is often the only recourse you have. I mean, let's face it, you can't duke it out physically or intellectually at that age. What the big people say goes. Even at 15, you may have little recourse. Oh, you may be able to duke it out, but the bottom line still is, whatever the grown-ups say is what will happen to you. But by the time you hit 25, 35, and so on, you have lots of recourse. The only problem is, by that age, self-pity may have become a habit you use as your main recourse, forgetting all the other more effective means you have available. A habit is something we do repetitively. Habits are neither good nor bad in and of themselves, but habits, like anything else, at some point get outdated, lose their effectiveness, cease to be useful to us. Habits need to be re-examined every so often to make sure they are indeed serving us in the best way possible. Self-pity is the licking of wounds. "Woe is me, poor me, poor me," does make us feel temporarily better. But that's all it does. Self-pity doesn't do anything towards healing the hurt, fixing the problem, or bettering our lives. If anything, self-pity continued over any period of time makes the problem worse, the hurt worse, and eventually your life goes downhill. You see, self-pity wraps a protective layer around you. "Woe is me, poor me, poor me." You only allow those thoughts and feelings which are in agreement with your self-evaluation of poor me to seep through that protective layering. So from poor me, we often go to "it's all their fault." And any time you place responsibility for a situation entirely outside yourself, you also place the ability to remedy the situation entirely outside yourself. That's a very disempowering thing to do, and once we're past childhood, an unnecessary one. You are a strong and worthy person. Take back your power. Notice when you go into the poor me place, and don't let poor me be the whole of how you take care of yourself when you felt wronged. Lick your wounds for a few minutes. Okay, that's fine. But then take charge. Figure out what you contributed to the unhappy situation in which you find yourself, or how you allowed it to come to pass, and then do what it takes either to transform the present situation or make sure things turn out differently in the future. Self-pity is a seductive drug. Don't let it dissipate your considerable power in whiny misery. Thank you for listening to Up, and check out my new book, I Survived COVID-19, What Now? Finding Happiness and Success in a Post-COVID World, if you'd like more uplifting, inspiring, practical tips and techniques. as well as my website, noelnelson.com. Or take a look at my Meet the Amazings Facebook page. Until next time, be well and take care.